Hmm. All right. So, hello there. I'm L Scribbler. This guy here who's absent at the moment. Oh, there he is Big Daddy Mo. Yeah, there. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back.
What I miss?
Nothing. We just started out. I was just introducing us.
Hold on, you
I was
heard
just
me?
introducing us.
You heard me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm away from the mic.
Yeah, of course you are. But it was muffled. It was muffled a bit.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm muffled a bit. But yeah, I'm L Scribbler. This is Big Daddy Mo. He
What's
was just
up?
getting some keys for his headphones.
And I still didn't have them.
So you just went out for nothing.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, you sound fine. You sound
All
fine.
right, cool.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Hey.
Nuts.
So before I started setting up, you heard of this movie called A Man Named Otto?
Yeah, I've already seen it.
Okay, I'm only 21 minutes in where they introduce themselves, bro. I love this movie so far. For me, it feels like a him playing Larry Crown, but grumpy this time.
He's basically Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino.
Did you watch this on Netflix?
No, it wasn't on Netflix.
Okay, peep this out, and they gotta stop. They spoiled the movie. Spoilers for whoever haven't seen it. I'm sitting there,
basically.
I'm about to watch it, and then all of a sudden it gives me a suicide warning, and I'm just like, bruh. Thank you for telling me somebody's gonna, unalive themselves. And then, like in the first 5 minutes, he's, actually at the first 10 minutes, he's getting ready. He's turning off everything. Is gas, canceling accounts, and then you see him getting ready to hang himself. I'm like, thank you, y'all spoiled the movie. I didn't even get it. I'm still in the opening scene. Y'all spoiled the movie. I understand that suicide is hard, and people who's like got mental health issues and all that. I get it. I mean, but. Yo, come on. Life is about surprises. So let that be a surprise for me. They did that a few nights ago on Power. I'm like, ooh, suicide? Who about to die? And then all of a sudden I see the character come in. No.
Because honestly, when I watched it, because the way it starts out is he's basically getting fired from his job. His wife is alone. He's arguing about the rope. Oh, the actual rope.
What I love is when you see the people coming in, his new neighbor is moving in, they keep messing up the truck and all that, the parking. He interrupts his suicide so he can make sure that they don't mess up the roads and everything. I'm like, bruh, what does it matter? You're not about to be here the next 5 minutes. Yeah. I love that, but I can't wait to finish this after we get done with this.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. I enjoyed it, but it's like that's the thing. It's like there's the rare gem that still comes out that is actually worth watching. There's the Mario movie. There is John Wick. There's A Man Called Otto, which honestly is the smaller or offshoot ones that nobody thinks is going to work. Nobody thought the Mario movie was going to work. Nobody really thought much of John Wick when they first heard about it, and then it became this huge franchise.
Because even I was just like, John Wick, really? And then I kept seeing trailers. I'm just like, hey, this might not be bad.
An action movie?
Yeah,
an action movie? Really? This ain't no.
I'm just like, I'm not with it. I don't think it's gonna. The next thing you know, here we are, 4 movie, 3 sequels later.
Yeah,
and 2 spinoffs.
Nobody can get enough of it. Nobody can get enough of it. Yeah, and they're pumping out more, but it's just like the because I've been enjoying foreign films like crazy, and they introduced, and honestly, I'm surprised. I heard about this a long time ago. The Oscars, qualifications to be included in the Oscars.
Yeah,
their new thing that was introduced in 2020. 2020 was a hard time for everyone. How they could, I just find that interesting. So start it off with. Here we go. Yeah. So starting the.
Oh my God.
96 Oscars in 2024.
Okay,
a film must meet 2 out of 4 of the following standards.
That's real.
Deemed eligible. Yeah, this is the Oscars website.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know what. A1 lead.
I'm sorry, I gotta get my glasses. Hold on.
Significant supporting actors. at least one of the lead actors or significant supporting actors is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. Asian, Hispanic, Latinx, Black, African American, Indigenous, Native American, Alaskan Native, Middle Eastern, North African, it's just Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, which honestly, I think this is only relevant if their skin tone is dark enough. If you find out, you know, the whole Lilo thing, you're blocking the camera. Yeah, Lilo thing.
I'm trying to get sponsored here. I'm trying to get sponsored.
Was a native. She's a native Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Born and raised, and because her skin tone wasn't dark enough, they don't want her for the picture. But it's just like, of course, this is for the Oscar thing. But
you said she's Native Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, she's Native Hawaiian.
So what difference is it? We're talking about a cartoon here. Y'all made Ariel black. Y'all made homie Gaston's boy who sings the song. Y'all made him gay. Who cares?
The thing is, what they did, they took the drawing of Lilo and the girl that they casted acting and compared the two and saying the drawing of Lilo's skin was darker. Well, let's do the same with Ariel. How racist is that? So it goes both ways. That's the one thing that I find absolutely the hypocrisy of it. It goes both ways. Yeah, exactly. So we're getting so
I'm trying to read everything. This is crazy.
So diversity over quality of story writing. That's basically what it is. There's no such thing as creative. Creative. It's all about inclusive.
So I'm glad we brought this up. So the show Power, Power Book 2 Ghost. Man, okay, it's a crime drama. It's all about, guns, drugs, violence, all that type of stuff. The majority of this season has been a love story with Drew and his boyfriends. And I'm just like, what does this have to do with anything? And it's like, and what gets me the most is 50 Cent was sitting there talking, cracking jokes about Empire, about how they do all that. And now here you are doing the same thing just multiple times. I'm just like, bro, peep this. Man, I'm just saying that shit's annoying. They're putting everything in there to appeal to like more to appeal to the certain agendas. To where it's like, why? This has nothing to do with how they're going to move the weight with the Tejadas or what's going to happen if they come down here and find out that they killed somebody. Why do we need to see this every other scene? Like,
the only thing relevant is if, like, let's swap out the John Wick story a bit. Make John Wick still Keanu Reeves, but he was gay, and it wasn't his dog that was killed; it was his husband that was killed. That's still relevant.
I wouldn't care because you're doing it for a person.
Exactly.
You're not doing it for a dog.
Exactly. It adds more to the story at that point.
I feel like the action will be fire. The action will still be fire, but I'm just like, oh, he did it for his husband. Okay, and he did it for his dog. That's the fact that somebody's doing it for a pet. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just great because remember he wasn't even doing all this for the wife. It was it was what the dog brought. It was what the dog meant. We just sit there and swap it out for just killing everybody for a significant other. It's kind of weak.
Yeah, but that's what I think. It's just like you just read this and already it's just like it's not about the fact that people are qualified for the role. It's just they need to meet the check boxes. And when they do, just like with Lilo and Stitch, they have to be dark enough or darker to meet the check boxes. And you know what? I think that sounds racist.
It is.
I think that sounds very cruel to basically.
Here we go again. The light skin, dark skin war.
Yeah. I think that's very critical to attack that actress just because her skin tone isn't dark enough for the role. Oh, it's ridiculous. And the next thing, general ensemble cast, of course, at least 3% of all actors in secondary and more minor roles are from at least two of the following underrepresented groups: women, racial or ethnic groups, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. And okay,
so stop. So basically, if my acting skills were subpar, but because I got eczema, I could get the role because it's it's a
dude,
you know.
you can like, this is the time to be in Hollywood right now. This is the time, because
It really it sounds like it.
you are like, you could improve in your acting. You haven't done it in forever,
Nah.
but you could literally get screen time just because of it's racist. They're grabbing you just because of the color of your skin. That's the only reason you would get hired. Not because you're qualified for the role. It's because of this color of your skin. Of course,
You know what? Right now, though, I take that. I take that right now.
But that's the thing. If it was you or a woman, I think the woman would get the just like the LGBTQ plus. They will always win over. And the problem is, it has nothing to do with their qualifications. It has to do with the fact that, well, they check the box even more than you would. They check that box even more than you would.
Hey, when they, I this ain't gonna lie to, I love when I see that they add, add LGBTQ, because it just be like so pointless. Like it's like it'd be like just small characters. I was watching 911, and I guess a car went over a ledge or something. Oh, hey guys, you gotta help me. My boyfriend's down here. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. Who cares? Come on.
But that's the thing. Like, it's the general ensemble cast. So there are a lot of qualified people in that. But I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the people who are the general ensemble cast, well, secondary, minor roles. Yeah, you can find a lot of women, background characters. You can get people like that very easily. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Right, Big Daddy? So, there are plenty of them out there. You was included in that. But it's just like, it gets ridiculous, more ridiculous. The main storyline subject matter. So the main storyline's theme or narrative of the film is centered on an underrepresented groups. So now they're even conditioning what you are allowed to write about for the Oscars. It can only be about women, about racial or ethnic groups, so things that they struggle with.
Hold on, where's that at? Can you highlight that? Where's it at?
Right here.
Okay.
It's storyline, subject matter.
As what? So you telling me? So you telling me when I also write the story, it has to be somewhere around that 4? No.
Yep.
Is that recent?
No, this is what's taking effect in because this was written in 2020, but
and it's just now.
And it's for the 2024.
Oh, Oscar's about to be trash as hell, bro.
They've been getting worse.
Hold on, stop. So you talking about? Hold on, go back up. So the movie, it has to be about where are we at? So it has to be about women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQAPS, people with I can't see that word. It starts with a C though. Damn, I can't see.
Cognitive.
Okay. I thought it said congenital.
Physical disability.
So basically, man, if this was back in the day, I would have said some shit. So basically, you got to be on. Oh, why the fuck you ain't been do that, bro?
Sorry,
bro. Oh my god, I'm done with you, bro. I'm done with you.
Everyone can read it.
Yeah, thank you.
Creative leadership and project team. So creative leadership and department heads.
So basically, every movie that we about to look at the Oscars, it's probably gonna be a slave movie, movie about women empowerment, someone either coming out, what I'm saying, to the world or some shit, and then we probably gonna have like another radio. So that's probably all that's gonna be for Best Picture. Yeah, you caught that right. So when you're gonna be having nothing like Dark Knight that could be nominated this time, or maybe Creed or something. I don't know. It just doesn't sound. Or any Quentin Tarantino movie is not getting it is not getting nominated.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, even if you look at Django, it made I don't know, because it wouldn't fall under this category because that's not marginalizing a group. It was basically
It is about a group. Oh,
Black
marginalizing.
Bounty Hunter. It was a Black Bounty Hunter. How awesome is that? How awesome is that?
Yeah, Oscar's really about to suck, man.
Yeah,
Ain't no Marvel movies getting nominated unless it's Black Panther.
No, they will be.
You breaking up
because they're all women and they are all about women's struggles, and men are absolutely weak and don't matter. I'm breaking out.
Oh yeah, you were for a second.
Am I breaking out?
For me, you were.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you're breaking out worse than my hand.
Creative leadership and department heads. At least 2 of the following creative leadership positions and department heads: casting director, cinematographer, composer, costume designer, director. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind getting a costume designer who's actually qualified. So technically, any gay man who's been in the field. Because there are a lot of things where you'd get someone who's gay over someone who's straight for a role for something. Makeup artist, producer, production designer, set decorator, a sound, VFX supervisor, writer. So they can only be for the women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ plus, people with cognitive. So they're basically
no, I don't want a job just because I'm black. You know,
yeah, copying and pasting everything. See, I'm going to be playing my Hispanic card even more. The problem is they're going to do the paper bag test on me and go like, your skin isn't dark enough compared to my dad's. His skin is plenty dark for me. So
that motherfucker straight up Mexican.
Like, there was the brown paper bag test that was done, right?
Nah.
There was a group that would actually go around, and if you were not any darker than that paper bag, you weren't allowed in. It was a black community that was doing it. It was a brown paper bag test. So they're literally doing it, but in an entire thing. The one thing I'm thinking about is,
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of creative. I give him that. Brown paper bag, I give him that. It's a little creative.
Imagine a white group doing it. Exactly.
They're getting their ass beat, but that'd be
exactly.
Oh, hey, exactly. you have to be lighter than this brown paper bag to hang at the party with us.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's absolutely and all this stuff is basically copy and paste.
Yeah.
Copy and paste. They create.
That's why I was getting confused when I was looking. I'm like, man, all you doing is just showing me the same thing.
Yeah, it's just they write a whole new thing of what needs to be qualified, and then they just copy and paste all the groups that they created.
I swear, I feel like if you're the right person for the job, you should get the job.
Yeah,
I swear, I feel like at my job, it's just that if you're a woman, you're automatically going to be a manager. So I was like, ain't no way there's no guys here that's qualified for management. Just give it all to females.
Representation through they're just trying to. The problem is the group that they're trying to go for is less than, let's say, who would be interested in watching a movie that has almost every single one of these criterias? Is less than what, 1% of the population? Because the majority of the population is straight, half of the population is women, the other half is men, and then
I'm pretty sure everything you're saying is debatable.
Is mix. But that's the thing. It's all debatable, and in the end, it's all about what you argue with. No foreign film will ever be able to qualify because if they're coming from their own area,
they're all whatever. They're all Indian. They're all Asian. So what you expect?
All cast all the same. They can't. They don't do the inclusiveness. Why? Because they cast, for the role. They cast who's qualified in most cases. I've seen some very trash foreign films.
Hey, RRR didn't get nominated for Best Picture, did it?
No. Yeah.
Ain't no way, man. That movie was amazing.
They had the Nacho song there. They brought him on stage and had
that song.
They didn't qualify, but that's the thing. No foreign film will ever be able to measure up to this quota.
Yeah.
Won't. There's no way because because America is a first world and they have they create their own problems, and this is a problem they're creating. They're creating an issue for themselves with this. It's absolutely aggravating. Yeah, absolutely agree. Like you can read this and just go through it. The audience development, what is it? A studio and or film company has multiple in-house senior executives. So now they're even like just like with a job force, how they have to have a certain amount of blacks, Asians, trans, you know, everything in there. They all have to be checked off. They're doing the same thing on like a film crew. It has to be checked off or else it doesn't qualify. It isn't allowed. It's just, yeah, one of the nastiest things you can possibly think of. Is just right there. I've never seen racism like this before. It's like, I think that's racist. I think that's racist right there. I think people should be judged off the content of their character. I forgot where that saying came from. Oh, you know what? I probably should look that up.
Might as well look it up.
People who are judged off the content of the character and not by, who they? I don't know. I don't know how it goes.
I was looking for my remote so I can change my light.
Just by the content of their character. Google search. Check it out. Oh, okay. MLK.
What about my boy?
Yeah, he's the one that quoted by that.
Oh, I kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have knew that.
Yeah, you should have known that. Like I remembered, I was like, yeah, I know it's relevant to what we're talking about, but judged by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. That's what it was. That's what it was. But it's just like, dude, what the heck?
I'm drinking Crystal Light. Hey, take that off. Take that off. Take that off, bro.
Go on. Oh my gosh, dude. My gosh.
Not cool. Get that off, bro.
I see that and it's like, yep, that's gotta be. Oh my gosh. So let me see the whole share screen.
What you think about the writer strike?
Do you know how it's affected the Deadpool thing?
Yeah. Well, I feel like everything is getting affected. Stranger Things is getting delayed. The Rookie is getting delayed. Everything. Nobody's writing, and that's where we come in.
Yeah, I have dreamed that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Right there. That's
Message.
Yeah, right there. It just we are now going back to judging people by the color of their skin. How reversed is that? This is MLK. Of course, in a few years, we're gonna have MLK recast as a white man. So
I swear, let me get Ryan Gosling. Oh, Ryan Gosling's MLK. Chris Pine is Malcolm X.
I would accept like these history changes is if they're making a comedy. Like imagine Cleopatra Black. That's a massive comedy right there. That right there is a comedy. Recasting these, like if you make MLK white, that would be absolutely like you would have to make him blind, of course, and he just identifies as that would be
okay. This is not Clayton Bigsby, bro. This ain't Chappelle Show.
I love Clayton Bigsby. He's amazing.
White power.
Power. Yeah, it's you can go back to the past for people who have actually been through racism. And they were absolutely against what's going through Hollywood right now, what's going through feature films right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like like I didn't have an issue with Ariel being changed because I have my Ariel, and Disney, honestly, isn't a film studio to me anymore. It's trash. It's absolute garbage. What they've done with every single IP they have, they've run into the ground. Star Wars, I absolutely despise anything that has come out except for, of course, I
hear Andor was good.
Everyone says Andor was good, but then again, I'm not going to go and watch one show where the character is already dead. They're just doing it as a filler for Rogue One.
So they do that all the time when you watch a movie and then the dude is dead at the beginning, then you go back to it. And it's, they do that all the time.
Memento was good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Memento was great. Oh man, he said, you know what? You can be my John G.
I like the Indian rip off of that. They literally ripped off Memento, but there's such a catchy song in there that I absolutely love.
I don't know who you are, who you are. I don't know.
Yeah, it was great. I absolutely love it.
Oh, and then the whole song is in reverse. That'd be fire.
but it's just like, so like they're doing that with. I didn't care about Ariel. Like it bothered me at
Well,
first.
I never cared for the Little Mermaid anyway. So
Yeah, I wasn't big on it. Like I have my two Aladdin and what the heck? I already forgot it.
Jungle Book. I mean, not Jungle Book. Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah,
that was good. That was actually really good.
And that was the first live action. It wasn't the first that came out. It was Cinderella that came out, and I didn't watch that.
I never cared for Cinderella.
Was Beauty and the Beast, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Even the added on story, the background story for Belle. I love the fact that they fled the plague. I love that little aspect. It's dark, it's gritty, and it added so much more to her character. They kept the songs and they added a few new ones. Yeah. It worked. Making Gaston, not Gaston.
I forgot homie's name. It was played by Josh Gad. I thought it was great.
I thought that was hilarious because there was a reason for why he was acting that way. He had an unrequited love, and then everyone got offended by that. No, they gave a reason for his actions, not him just being a weasel. No, this was a guy who loved someone and would do anything for them, but would never get it reciprocated. That's true love right there. And I love that aspect. I thought that was amazing because you compare the new live action versus the old one. I think the new live action is better, not better, just as strong. Just as strong.
Which one are you talking about? Beauty and the Beast still? Oh, I give you that because I actually have Beauty and the Beast on VHS and I love that movie. And I can honestly say the live action holds up. It might be even better.
Yep. Yeah,
now one that was straight up, you know, you finished what you're getting ready to say.
Yeah. So it's just like with Ariel. I didn't care for Ariel as much. I didn't care for the Little Mermaid. So people who changed it up, it didn't affect me as much. I think if they would have done it with Beauty and the Beast, I would have had an issue. But then again, why would they cast imagine if they cast a black man to play Beast, and then everyone would be enraged because he only gets 2 minutes of screen time, like Dan Stevens did. I didn't notice they cast Dan Stevens till the very end.
Yeah, he was the Beast. Yeah.
I didn't know he was there, and I love that actor. It was the very end, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Dan Stevens. Great actor, great job. Oh, but yeah, that's the thing. It's just like recast. If they would have recast Belle, I don't think it would have. But then again, you think about the time and place. But now no one's thinking about the time and place. Everyone's thinking about identity politics, which honestly, how is that an issue?
I'm sorry, I'm getting invited to a barbecue right now.
Oh, nice. What kind of barbecue? What are they making?
No, it's at Alex's crib. But I actually already ate some little Caesars. If I knew there was barbecue, and I'd have saved that 847.
Yeah, because the thing is, the Queen Cleopatra thing. Oh, let me look up there's an article right here.
I might as well send him the link.
What?
Said I might as well send him the link.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well, right? Might as well. Yeah, because it's just you deal with all this remove from stream. Oh, wait, no, stop. Present. And we're both doing something at the same time.
Right.
So, all right. So the Queen Cleopatra, this is from Variety.
Oh, I heard about this. Isn't this on Netflix? It's coming on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. I think it already came out.
Yeah, I heard they had to block all the stop comments because they were all negative.
Yeah. It had to be because they were people who were basically their history was being rewritten.
Mm-hmm.
Their history was being rewritten because this woman right here felt her grandmother told her that her Cleopatra could be black. So she decided to cast Cleopatra black. Of course, if you look at drawings and everything of Cleopatra, there should be a quote here. Yeah, because she said she was scarred when she watched the old Cleopatra movie, the really old one from the 60s.
The only Cleopatra I know is the one from Austin Powers and Gold, remember?
It's a good Cleopatra.
And she a whole lot of woman.
A whole
Damn,
lot
she
of
was
women.
annoying. She was so annoying. That's all she kept saying. I'm Foxy Cleopatra. I'm like, don't nobody care. Don't nobody. That's what happens when you throw Beyonce in a movie.
Especially
Nobody
back.
cares.
Oh, the Beyonce fans care. I don't care. I'm just talking about some. That shit was just trash. But it was like one of her first movies, so whatever.
Yeah, they're just re-quoting the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, but
literally what her thing was. So it's just like, I don't care for Ariel. But then again, it's like, if you think about if they would have changed Spider-Man is literally Stanley. Stanley wrote himself as his own experiences as a teenager, what he had to go through. Like, there's a comic book strip where he doesn't have fare for a taxi, that he has to take Mary Jane on a date with on the bus. So that's what Spider-Man had to deal with. Imagine making Stanley black. Basically, he wrote himself into Spider-Man. Yes, there are all these other Spider-Men, so it works. If you get like Miles Morales, if you get the whatever the crippled one is now, but she was just made up for the sake of adding in the crippled Spider-Man.
Really?
Yep.
What you looking at?
What?
No, you were just staring off.
Oh yeah, someone commented. I'm trying to multitask everything. She was definitely Greek and Macedonian descent. We know.
Oh yeah, I sent this to him at the right time. This dude. I swear, this dude always talks about Cleopatra. I'll be like, God damn.
What? You sent what?
No, that was Alex.
Oh.
But fuck, I forgot what I was saying. When did they make Spider-Man crippled?
So he.
I don't know. You're breaking up on my end.
Yeah, I saw it. I have bad signal right now. I'm gonna have to cut this one out. Whew. Leave. There we go. That should help.
Yeah, it was a pose you had. I was like, what? But when did they make Spider-Man crippled?
They did make Spider-Man crippled. They're gonna have her in the new Spider-Verse. I think she shoots webs out of her canes. Yeah, look it up. I can't do it right now because I had to shut down my other screen because my internet's crap.
Duh, we been knew that, fool.
Dude, I try.
Crippled Spider-Man?
Yeah, crippled Spider-Man. Just look it up.
That's
you
wild.
see it?
Nah, I had to exit my browser. Crippled Spider-Man.
Yeah. So it's just like they're doing all these little things. I don't mind that though. They're adding in these external characters. They're not changing the main characters, and they're putting more focus on the side characters. The characters that nobody knew about, like we mentioned last time we did it. It was Nick Fury. It was Blade, and those characters became iconic because they were unknown. They were unknown, and you made great movies out of them.
Is she a high schooler too?
What?
Is she a high schooler too?
Yep, she is. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie though.
All these people are getting their powers.
It looked kind of dope. Just with the fact that it come out the canes is kind of hilarious. That's like having Iron Man in a wheelchair, and the chair is the suit. Actually, hold on. Actually, you know what? Time out. That would be fire. That'd be fire.
Remember, in the first movie, he did say it's an exoskeleton.
Yeah, technically it is. Yeah. I mean, look at Rhodey. Like his legs are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he built it for. So it would work for Iron Man, or Ironheart. They should have done that with Ironheart, I guess.
But the fact that the webs come out her cane, though, like, come on. Yeah. Come on.
But then again, if you think about it, like, one thing I can't stand is the fact that she's crippled, so everything has to be done with her canes.
Mm-hmm.
She only has 2 limbs. The benefit with Spider-Man is he has 4 limbs and he shoots webs. Now she shoots webs and can either shoot webs or use her canes. She can't walk. That's one thing that bothers me. And it makes sense because in every Spider-Man, except for they create their own webbing. They shoot it out of canisters on their wrist. And so she just puts the canisters in her canes. That works. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
I'm just thinking about what if Family Guy get a hold of that. And all you see is just her with the canes, and you just see like the leg just
all I kept thinking about was Joe from Family Guy. You know they would do that.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait.
They would.
I hope they get a hold of that. I already know they're gonna do that.
Oh, that'd be very offensive. But that's the thing. It's just like you think about it, but then again, you got it with comic books. You have to take a realistic step back.
Yeah.
So I think it could work, but at the same time, what kind of enemies would she be fighting? What kind of enemies? Or is she just going to be a tag along for Miles Morales?
Bro. By asking what type of enemies would a crippled Spider-Woman face? That's like a long list of jokes right there. I'm thinking about every disability known to man.
What the
Cleopatra?
No. What would it be? The something helmet. Something helmet. There's something there.
Bro, I can't. Yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. I can already see the jokes now. Oh yeah. God.
But it's like that is created separately, but they're not swapping out Spider-Man yet. But that's the thing. If you want to create something original. They are taking characters like Velma and they're rewriting them to making them literally what the writers are. The writer, I forgot what the writer was, but she literally wrote Velma as herself.
Oh, Mindy from The Office.
Yeah, she wrote Velma as herself, struggling female who's more powerful than, like, how can you be a struggling female when you're more powerful than anyone, smarter than anyone? It's made no sense to me in all these shows. They make all these women be marginalized against, but they are, in the end, smarter and more powerful and have everything at their fingertips. Like, look at Rey Palpatine. She was apparently looked down upon, but
Rey
you don't
Skywalker?
What?
Rey Skywalker?
Palpatine?
Skywalker?
Palpatine?
Skywalker.
Palpatine. Luke Skywalker.
I know Rey Skywalker. I don't know about no Rey Palpatine.
I know Leia Organa.
I know what Finn was going to tell Rey before he sank into the sand.
Yeah, what was he going to tell her?
That he senses the Force.
Yeah.
Not that I love you, but man, they really did that movie. They did that boy dirty.
Yeah, they ruined his character.
His character was up here in Force Awakens, and just kept going down.
Well, China didn't like him.
Who?
China.
Oh.
Have you seen the poster for China? He's like this little bitty dot.
Oh, that's foul.
Yeah.
For which one?
All of the movies, but check out The Force Awakens primarily. It is just, he is shrunk down to be a tiny little dot on the poster, and everyone else is massive. That's how you get the realization of yeah. But because the thing, Hollywood, like, this is the thing that makes me feel like Hollywood has no real future. They're running themselves into the ground. Like,
they dirty.
Like, I don't think anything on Disney Plus is worth watching.
As far as just, you talking about in general?
Yeah, in general. Even their old stuff, I'm not going to go back and watch because I just don't care to.
I am a little excited for Loki season 2.
I'm not.
I can't wait to see what they do with that.
They've already, Kang kind of ruined his own character, but still.
Yeah, because I know for a fact he'd be in the show. Yeah, I mean, he probably got all the time in the world right now.
Yeah, he's cheap. Yeah, he's in Loki, but Loki season 2, but that's already been shot. And honestly, they're probably going to reshoot something at the very end to make a new Kang, since they're doing the multiverse.
Yeah,
but they have their perfect scapegoat. But I like the fact that I thought he was an amazing actor. I thought he did the role. I just thought he had trash films. They've been putting him in trash roles. Like
Jonathan Majors?
Yeah.
What trash films?
Loki.
Shut up. That's season 2, a season that you haven't even seen yet. So, like I said, hold on. I gotta open it. Hold on. So, like I said, what bad? Stop doing that.
What bad movies that has Jonathan Majors done?
I'm not talking about. Quantum Mania.
I love that he was just like, oh, I was talking. Ooh, I found one. Quantum Mania was not bad.
But the thing is, they did nothing with him.
You saw the movie?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I did it. What the fuck?
Yeah, they did nothing with him. Like that's the thing.
No. You're right. They didn't do nothing with Kang at all. I mean, like for somebody that's supposed to be like the main villain. I can't hear you. My bad. Go ahead.
Creed 3. That's a movie that shows his range. Yeah, of course, it's literally it's Rocky 5 over again.
Nah, not even Rocky
he's
5.
Just better for the role.
Not even Rocky 5. I see it. I'd probably go along the lines of Rocky 3, maybe. No. Okay, compete this. Okay, Jonathan Majors Creed 3. Creed 3 was good, but at the same time, it was a step down from number 2. One, he's supposed to be the antagonist to Creed. You don't really get that until he beats the dude for the belt, and then you find out that he kind of took out Drago so he can get that opportunity. And then he has that little showdown, where he punches him, and then they have the match. The match itself was only like about 4 rounds, and they didn't really do. I feel like they didn't really do much with Jonathan Majors' character. Even though I like this character, I got where he was coming because he's aging. He spent his prime years in prison. He saw somebody that he sees somebody that was his brother. Basically, stop messing with him and then achieve his dream. So I see exactly where he was coming from. So I kind of rooted for his character. I just wish they had a lot more to do with him. They didn't really do anything. Huh?
Are you talking about Rush Hour 3?
I'm talking about Creed 3, fool. Oh, motherfucker.
I was just realizing like the brother.
Because Kenji didn't want Kenji didn't want to be no cop.
In prison. It's just like, that sounds like Rush Hour 3.
Man, shut up. Kenji didn't want to be no cop. He didn't want to be a detective.
Yeah.
I like how Kenji came out of nowhere in Rush Hour 3. I'm like, really? I thought,
like, I'm your brother. You've known about me your entire life. I've been a criminal and you haven't been searching. Like, what? All this?
But Jonathan Major, they could have just did a lot more for Creed 3 in general, not even with Jonathan Majors, just as a whole.
Yeah.
Like it didn't make me, both Creeds 1 and 2 make me want to get in the gym and start training. Creed 3 didn't really do that. It kind of did when the J. Cole song came on, but that's about it.
Well, tell me this. Who directed Creed 1 and 2?
Exactly. Ryan Coogler. No, Ryan Coogler on the first, Steve Caples, or I think his name is, on the second, but then Michael B. Jordan for the third.
Yeah. And Sylvester Stallone was basically a part of the project.
Yeah,
too as well.
And they take him away, and then here we go. But we can't sit there and say like Stallone is what makes these movies, because remember, he gave us Rocky 5.
Yeah. Hey, Rocky 5 still is
no.
Nah. Let's forget it. Forget it.
I know he wasn't about to say it's better than. It's still the worst of all of them.
Yeah. So, look at Ghostbusters, which for some reason you haven't seen the original Amazing movies.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I saw it. When the scene where Chris Pratt is like, they kept throwing him food. Like what is it? Yeah, they kept throwing him food. Chris Pratt? Chris Klein. No, what is his name? Chris Hemsworth.
One of the Chris's.
It's too many Chris's.
Yeah, if your name was Chris, you'd have a shot in Hollywood.
Ooh, there we go.
There are so many, so the first Ghostbusters was absolutely amazing. It's a crew that doesn't know. Honestly, I love the whole scene with in Stranger Things where they have the fight over why he has to be. It's because of the color of my skin. I don't want to be him. I'm not even a scientist. Yeah, that whole thing. That where he just wanted him to be the crap. I forgot his name.
Ernie Hudson, the black dude.
He's just like, no, because I'm black. No. That whole scene, it was great. It was a clapback. And then you get the remake which they just swap everyone out with women, which could work if they actually knew what they were doing. The writing was off the wall. It didn't have any direction. It was absolute trash acting as well. The villain itself was garbage. It just, there was so much little
And
stuff.
then they made the
whole
black chick like the was it like a bus driver or something?
Mhm.
Oh, like everybody else is scientist, she's a bus driver. I mean, she's probably like
They
the
did the
most
same
annoying out of the
thing.
crew anyway. I never thought if she was funny, but then again, I never thought Melissa McCarthy was funny either.
Yeah, I didn't think any of them were funny. I thought that movie was a whole train wreck from the beginning, but then again, I'm apparently a misogynist for not liking it.
The movie was ass. The best part of the movie was Chris Evans. Every time he put out, yeah, they kept throwing him food and they kept catching it.
Chris
Remember
Evans?
Chris Evans? Stop. Chris Jericho?
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. He's the best one.
You can't even remember his name. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that movie, it's just, they're trying to take these iconic characters from the past and recast them. I give it, what? Another, okay, they're coming out with a Ray movie in 3 years, and they're doing a whole trilogy.
The remake? Talking about the remake, The Raid?
No, the Ray, Palpatine. Palpatine.
Oh yeah, she's coming back.
Yeah. So she's coming back for a trilogy. I think after that first movie completely bombs or the entire trilogy never gets completed, they're going to go back to the roots and completely redo the original trilogy because they're going to have to. Star Wars is dead, and right now they're stepping on a corpse. They're going to have to revitalize it by redoing the original. And by doing that, they're just going to recast everyone and gender swap and race swap everyone. Because they're going to do the whole same thing that they did with the Fantastic, where Johnny and whatever, they're black and white. They're going to do the same thing with Leia, who is going to be Luke's character, and Luke is going to be Leia's character, and Luke is going to be white and Leia will just be black.
I'm sorry. So I had muted it. So I started coughing real loud. And then the third cough was loud as fuck. And I thought it said Micah's unmuted as I was doing that shit. But yeah, that Fantastic Four or whatever, yeah. The whole they race swapped and Michael B. Jordan was black. You know, it's like why? But whatever. Then again, I don't care. The movie was trash in general. This is my thing. If you're gonna race swap a character, still make them feel like that character.
Make them belong.
Dude did not feel like the Johnny Storm I knew. Dude was just trash. And Michael B. Jordan's a great actor, but he was just trash.
Yeah.
So
I like Michael B. Jordan in almost any role he's done.
I like Little Michael.
I like Little Michael. Yeah. But it's just
he's another great actor that has bad movies. Because, I mean, if it's not by Ryan Coogler, it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, he was great at Killmonger. But then again, he kind of carried that.
It was Ryan Coogler.
Oh, yeah, he did direct that one.
He was great in Fruitvale Station. Guess what? That's Ryan Coogler. He was great in Creed. Ryan Coogler. Give me something outside of Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, there are those pairings that with like actors and just their directors that just seem to always work perfectly
because they know how they are. They know what they just know how they operate.
They know how to shoot them. They know how to direct them. They just know how to make them work properly. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like they're starting to swap out everything under the sun. The whole Lilo and Stitch, Cleopatra history it's done under it's stated as a documentary in Netflix. Netflix is posting this under the documentary platform. So of course they've turned off comments. Of course they've turned off everything.
I thought it was a TV show. Is it a documentary or a
documentary?
TV show, a movie?
It's a documentary. It's Netflix's documentary on Cleopatra.
Okay. I mean, I'm not watching it regardless, but
yeah, that's the thing. It's just like I know the majority of the people who are absolutely hating this movie or documentary will never see it. Won't even look at it again after it's been put out. They'll never hear about it again. Why? Because it's They're only hating it because they're trying to force change history. They're trying to change history. And just like with the whole thing in schools where they're trying to push certain agendas, where like I saw this meme a little while ago where a kid was basically trying to smoke, wasn't allowed, trying to drink, wasn't allowed, trying to do drugs, wasn't allowed, trying to get a sex change. Absolutely. Walk into the doctor's office, they'll do it right then and there. It's just, because honestly, what I was thinking was it was going to go the abortion route, because that's honestly funny. Also acceptable. But they did that, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot. That's also allowed. Because I have family members who can't choose who they can be with due to the family separations. They can't choose because they're underage. Yet if that child also wanted to get a sex change, they're allowed to choose for themselves.
That don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, how does that make any sense? How is it you can choose who you are as a human being if you can't choose what parent you can spend time with? It just absolutely makes no sense. But then again, that's the whole system for you, and they're trying to push it. Just like with Lego pushing that. I thought Legos were, I'm jumping down a rabbit hole here, but like Legos, did you see the whole new ad with Legos? There's a whole LGBTQ plus ad with Legos where they're saying you can be anyone you want. They've never seen Legos represent them before. I don't know. I love playing with Legos, and I thought I could build whatever I wanted. So yeah. I didn't know I was allowed to only have certain characters be together in Legos. I thought Legos were about being creative and building. And what does it mean? You create what you want, what you see the world as with Legos. What does it mean you've never seen Legos represent you before? You make Legos represent what you want them to represent. That's something that pissed me off. So, sorry.
I was just like, man, where's this going? Because like for some reason I'm dozing off, and I'm just like, dude,
I just keep talking. You know that.
I know.
You know,
that's why whenever I have nothing to say, that's why I'm glad you're there, because you can go on for like good 20, 30 minutes, and I come in with a little special appearance. Speaking of that, speaking of special appearance, you seen that movie? You seen that movie Kiss of the Dragon, right?
Yeah.
So you know when he's fighting the twins, the big brother did absolutely nothing. Really, all he did was just kick the window. Yeah. All of a sudden, little brother fighting Jet Li for 20 minutes. All of a sudden, Jet Li gets kicked by the window, and here go big brother. Yeah. Yep. And then he gets all mad and surprised when Jet Li kills the little brother. Dude, you did nothing. You legit sat behind the windows waiting for him to pop in so he could kick him. You did nothing. You said what? Yeah.
They flips him and breaks his neck.
Yeah, that was awesome. Then that look he gives him. Woo.
Classic good news.
I was doing a little what happened?
You were saying something?
Oh, I did like me a little Jason Statham marathon a few days ago. Have you seen Redemption? Or Hummingbird as it's called? That is a good movie for Jason Statham. What do you think?
One, right?
No, that's Mean Machine.
Oh, Mean Machine. Redemption
is the one where he's a alcoholic and he's homeless, and then he gets into he like joins a little crime ring or whatever, where he's kind of like a driver / enforcer. Then he's kind of like falling in love with a nun. It's so good.
My favorite Jason Statham movie
is the one. You said Name of the King? Hell no. I wish when I met him, instead of asking you, are we getting Cream 3? I should have asked him, what were you thinking when you did in Name of the King? I really should have, bro. Like, hey,
probably just boy, man. Money.
I'd have respected it. Cause I'm like, hey, my mama bought the movie for me and everything. And she's like, hey, this got your boy in it. And I told her to send that shit right back.
Hitman actor to ever play Hitman. He only did it to buy a house.
Oh, Timothy Oliphant? Yep. I love that.
Buy a house, and it's just like he's the best Hitman.
Really? Originally, it was supposed to be Jason Statham as Hitman.
Timothy Oliphant really took it.
No, yeah, but still, I still would have enjoyed it with Jason Statham.
That swagger that just made him cool.
And then you
the
got
thing.
Jason Statham, short as hell. Just like,
Yeah.
come on.
And
But
Timothy also has that like smile that it's just like, yeah, he knows he's got the best of everyone.
yeah, I still would have enjoyed it if Statham was part of it, though.
Just
It was better than them trying to get Paul Walker for Agent 47.
But like I've mentioned, just like I don't like you asked me the last time. I don't like why I don't have an issue with Ariel, and I don't because I don't have any identifying issues with it. The thing is, I think that's a good thing to kind of redo things that aren't historically accurate or huge fan base accurate. Because if you're a creative, like Disney created Ariel, wrote, animated everything, they have the creative licenses to do whatever they wanted. Just like with what is it? J.K. Rowling saying that she envisioned Hermione Granger black. And if you actually read the script, Hermione Granger, the stuffy, scruffled hair, the unkempt teeth, all that stuff was basically kind of envisioned. It was just like, okay, that'll work.
Did she have a big nose?
So I don't remember that, but I remember the hair. The hair was bushy and billowy and just like So I was like, okay, that'll work. That'll work. That makes sense. I like that aspect. I like the fact that she wrote that in and she's okay with like, oh, she envisioned Hermione Granger and it's the 1980s, so it's not a big deal. But if you go to something like Lord of the Rings, which was written to be an all-white story, it was written to be that mythology. And the thing is, mythology was a certain way. Like the Vikings, the Vikings were all the Norsemen. They were the Northmen. They were all white, red hair. But if you watch like the Viking show, there's like a few black actors there, which have no place in Viking history. And it was on the History Channel. They were trying to sell it as a remake. And it's just like there's so many little things that they're changing here and there. If the actor fits the role, I think it's great, but also know that characters have been depicted differently than they originally would have during that frame in time. I think it's always good to have a disclaimer because they started adding to the animated Aladdin movie. They added a disclaimer to the beginning saying that it's not representative of certain groups. This is an over dramatized aspect of the Middle East, that type of, I read that. I'm like, who would have thought, who would have taken offense at this movie? That movie's amazing. And they have a disclaimer at the beginning of it.
Hey, why you ain't tell me I had no light on?
I thought you knew.
Bro, I just noticed I've been sitting here in the dark for the last hour.
I thought you knew that.
I didn't know at all. I was just like, man, why does it feel just dark in here? I kept looking at myself like, why am I dark?
You're black, but you see your own camera. You see your own camera. How did you? I thought your light was out. That's why I didn't say anything.
No, I forgot to turn it, bro. I don't care if we're live or anything. If there's something wrong, I'm gonna sit there and fix it. I'm gonna do all that. I do not care, bro. I do not. And I just noticed my light was off for the last 58 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's been off. Well, dude, your light's off. Don't forget to turn it on. Yeah, it's
Continue
just
talking because all you're gonna do is just keep saying the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I tend to do that quite a bit.
Yeah,
I tend to do that here and there. Go, dude. What the heck? Chug a lug.
I can't believe this, bro.
Oh my gosh, he's out of there. Yeah, but in the issue, it's just recasting characters. The freaking beginning. The freaking Hollywood Oscars qualifications. Amazing movies come out in different nations all the time, and I am lucky enough to watch a few of them. The issue is, how can any of them ever get recognized, especially to closed-minded Americans who will never look outside of, their own nation? How will they ever see anything amazing? And if you're now fall in that category of a closed-minded American, good for you. Good for you. You're better than me and the rest of us. So my dog is at the door. It's just one of those things that absolutely bugs me. Oh, dude, you're back. Sorry about that. There you go. Oh, your light's on. It looks good. It looks good. Good on you. Good on you. It's just one of those things.
I can't believe you, bro.
I'm blaming
How
this
is
on
this
you.
my fault?
It's on you, bro. I'm blaming that on you. I was just like, damn, why is it so dark?
I have my lights on in the back. I have my lights on in the front. I have my camera on. I have my
Bro, I kept staring at yours like, man, why is his lighter than mine? Is it because of my lights? My lights never look like that.
Yes, it's because of your lights.
Oh my god. I kind of liked it because my hand wasn't being shown. I'm like, man, I can't even see how my hand look.
Yeah, because you did this, and I was just like, I'll just assume you have eczema. I'll just assume. Yeah, because you did that. I was like, oh, it all looks the same at this point with the light off.
Damn.
Yeah, but I was saying it's just like it's one of those things that no one like. Let's face it. So you liked seeing the Oscars, correct? And the only
do I like watching the Oscars?
Yeah, you occasionally liked seeing at least the highlights of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like what gets nominated.
Yeah.
The issue with that is someone like you who wouldn't look outside of like Hollywood for film unless you're being recommended it to by a valid source.
Yeah.
And still then you might ignore it for a while. You would never know any film. And there are a lot of people out there who will not watch any great movies really anymore because Hollywood is too close-minded to accept great movies. They're just accepting quotas. It's not about a great movie. And that's what absolutely bothers me. It's just like there are great movies created all over the place. All over the place. And I know that there are going to be movies that I'm going to be watching this year that people will never get recognized. But again,
you'd be surprised what great movies are out there that's not, American movies.
Yeah, that never get included.
Look at all those Bruce Lee movies.
Yep. And he's out. I guess it's just me. Device not connected.
What did I just do?
You exited out.
I don't know how I did that. You know what? Because I look in the corner and say stream this to your audience. I'm like, I can stream this?
Yeah. Dude, I told you about that at the beginning.
Bro, I've been sick all week. Where's the person? That's on him.
Yeah, this is why I wanted you to hop on early. No.
Yeah, I tried and I couldn't. Yeah, pause. And I tried. But remember, I was looking for my headphones.
Yeah. But it's just like the whole Hollywood's discrimination towards film. Like, that's what it is. It's a complete discrimination towards any creative writing, any creative process. They're throwing out of the window for, well, their agenda. And I don't know, me as a writer, I've never really thought about any of that stuff. I never thought if that it was relevant to my story. I know,
which part? I'm sorry, which part?
If I'm doing a romance, then it will be relevant to my story or romance. Then talking about romance, you could have a gay couple in there, a transgender couple in there. Sure, why not? If it's relevant, if you're doing like a romance dynamic where it's several groups of people. But if you're just doing an action story, where does this extra stuff come into play? Where it is irrelevant. I don't want someone stopping in the middle of a fight scene. Like imagine Keanu Reeves stopping and telling us, oh, he was in love with this man at this point in time. This is what happened to him. This is what it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. This isn't an anime where you stop in the middle of a fight and start having a conversation. It works there. It doesn't work in cinema as well. It looked weird in Star Wars when they did it, and the one everyone loved, the third movie, Revenge of the Sith.
Skywalker?
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, the Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you said the third movie. I'm thinking about the trilogy.
Fighting, and like every few swings, they stop and talk, and it's unsettling. It's uncomfortable, but it worked for me because I see anime all the time, and it was just like, okay, that works. But it shouldn't be something like you shouldn't be telling someone your pronouns in the middle of an action sequence. That's going to be where it goes to. It was just like, as we're fighting, call me by they, them. You must call me by they, them. And then the character says something else and he stabs them for it.
Everybody, get them. Get they. I'm putting that in the movie. That'd be funny as hell.
Yeah, like that's the thing. There are a lot of things that I would approve of if they were done in a comedic aspect, like MLK being white. That sounds like a hilarious concept. Shaft being Michael Cera, Hilarious
That would
concept.
be great. I actually would love to see that.
But that's the thing. You can only race swap one way. That's the thing.
And you gotta have Samuel L. Jackson play like Uncle Shaft. Because remember,
Yeah.
each Shaft is a sequel. So all they're doing is having like another generation of Shaft. So you can have him be the fourth generation.
Yeah. Yeah, just because honestly, imagine like a George Washington, but George Washington is black, and it's just a complete comedy. Complete
Didn't he
comedy.
have wooden teeth too?
Yeah, wooden teeth.
Give him have a
Having
Tyrese.
his own
He got wooden
plantations.
teeth because he's always eating.
Yeah, and he's a slaver. Of course, George Washington freed all his slaves on his deathbed. That's what he chose to do. Of course, his entire piece of land, the house that he owned, turned into a national location, so it got owned by the government. So it's always been taken care of since then. But yeah, it's just like imagine you turn things into comedies when you do that. Just turn them into a comedy. Go all out. Go all out. Don't try to rewrite history, because the thing is, kids are going to grow up watching these things and not identifying with them, but assuming that that's how they were.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with people watching Ariel, like kids now watching Ariel and going like, oh, okay, that works. Of course, I'm against the whole Peter Pan movie. That was absolutely dumb. That was an absolutely dreadfully made film. Absolutely.
The latest one?
Yeah.
I heard that wasn't all that. I kind of wanted to check it out because Jude Law was in it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's like the best character, but he also carries weight. But like in new cinema fashion, the bad guy is the one you feel sorry for. The good guy is the one you hate.
Yeah.
Peter Pan is a complete snobby, terrible human being. And Hook was his old friend that has, no longer any good. His old friend.
Wasn't that in what movie was that? Wasn't that like the 04 Peter Pan?
What?
Or was that the new one too?
That was the new one.
What movie came out? I'm thinking about I'm thinking about the one with Hugh Jackman. What was it called?
Pan.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the new one that just came out on Disney Plus. Okay.
Yeah.
The one with Hugh Jackman looked good, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
You haven't seen it?
No, is it good?
Yeah,
I heard it was bad.
No, it's not good. But Hugh Jackman's singing like a popular romance, My Chemical Romance, something like that song.
Are you serious?
Yeah. As he's walking across his crew, like to his pirates, he's singing that, forcing kids to do slave labor, and then he's like on the plank, just shouting out the last few lines to everyone.
I'm about to see that scene.
Yeah,
I'm about to just watch that scene.
Just YouTube that scene where Hugh Jackman in Pan singing. That's worth the watch. If you take anything from this episode, take that with you. Yeah, I've rambled on. I'm just gonna finish this up by saying the same thing I've been saying over and over and over again. I'm tired of all this race swapping, gender swapping. If a story's good, a story's good. Focus on story first and foremost.
Story is number one. Story is always number one.
Yourself and everything else that comes after. These industries are going to run themselves into the ground, but then again, pretty soon, Hollywood may not be there, and it'll just be streaming services and foreign films. And I'm already on the foreign film bandwagon, so I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Sadly, I'm not yet, so I'm screwed.
Hollywood, I don't feel will last at the rate they're going. Oh my gosh, yeah. But thank you all for watching. I'm gonna stop talking because you close it out. You close it out.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be like the most I'm gonna say. But hey, thanks for watching. As always, we will see y'all next time. Peace.
Toodles. Well, why is it when you're actually healthy, you have nothing to say? But
because I'm tired.